You are Locked On Warriors POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports San Francisco on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone? And welcome back to the Locked On Warriors POSTCAST. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports POSTCAST we do. We also do the Locked On Giants POSTCAST and the Locked On 49ers POSTCAST. But tonight, the Warriors took a commanding 2-1 series lead after winning 104-93 over the Houston Rockets at Chase Center, and it was loud at Chase Center tonight. Steph Curry displayed his greatness yet again as he poured in 36 points on the way to the win, despite not having his running mate, Jimmy Butler. Batman still got it done, though. And Draymond Green and Gary Payton II came up absolutely huge down the stretch for the Warriors as they held it down on the defensive end of the floor. And GP2, tons of scoring in that fourth quarter as well. We'll break it all down. But first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Sports San Francisco YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Warriors podcast feed, and make sure to check out the Locked On Warriors Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. And man, I am unbelievably impressed with this Warriors team right now. The resilience of this team to come out and beat this Rockets team after losing Jimmy Butler. I really did not think the Warriors were going to win a game in this series where they didn't have Jimmy Butler on the floor. He is that important to this team. We've seen the Warriors beat the Rockets this season without Jimmy Butler, but I still, just with the playoff atmosphere, the way that their whole thing that they do offensively and defensively is really shaped around the addition of Jimmy Butler. But tonight, man, Steph Curry, 36 points. He wasn't the only one. You had GP2 with 16 and Buddy Hield was 17 off the bench. And Brandon Pajemski got into double figures also. He had 10 points too. And the Warriors, I mean, it was a group effort tonight for sure by the Dubs to get this win. But I mean, this one was back and forth throughout that entire second half. It was very, very, very tight. After Houston really dominated that first half, the Rockets took a 13-point lead about midway through the second quarter, but the Warriors scratched and clawed their way back into this one. And late in the fourth quarter, man, that's when our turning point hit.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And the turning point in this one was the closing minutes, the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game. The Warriors went on a 21-5 run against the Houston Rockets. 21-5. They held the Rockets to absolutely nothing on the defensive end of the floor for the Warriors, the offensive end of the floor for the Rockets. They were stifling out there, man. Draymond Green played such good defense on Şengün tonight. Really, really, really limited him. And in my opinion, the biggest factor of tonight's game, you took Jalen Green out of the equation. After he went for 30+ in their last game, he's held to just 9 points tonight, 4 of 11 from the field. That is some great adjustments that the Warriors made against Jalen Green. And of course, the young Houston Rockets are going to be a little out of their element when they're on the road in a playoff series. This is the first time that almost everybody on this Houston Rockets team has played a road game in a playoff series. So the championship pedigree of the Warriors really on display tonight, because I mean, the veteran aspect of this team really flexed its muscles late in this game. You saw GP2 making play after play after play down the stretch, and Gary Payton, oh man, was he hot in that fourth quarter. He was making threes, he was driving the lane and getting buckets inside. I mean, he was doing everything for the Warriors and also playing great defense on the other end of the floor. GP2, 5 of 5 in that fourth quarter from the field. 4 of them right there at the rim and 1 of them from beyond the arc. He also finished this game with a nice little reverse dunk just for the exclamation mark after the Draymond Green steal at the very end of this one. Just a punctuation point on this win in at Chase Center. And man, it is so good to hear that place get loud. I just wish, if you're going out there to a game, put the damn shirt on. I'm so tired of seeing Warriors fans out at Chase Center not wearing the playoff shirts. I know that this is something that everybody else has said, but it's worth saying again, man. Like, if you're going to the game, wear the damn shirt. That's all I'm going to say about that. But show the Warriors your love. Show the Warriors some support. And vocally, the support was there tonight. Absolutely. It was loud there at Chase Center. You could feel it through the television set. I mean, just the whole stadium. Warriors over and over and over. I love to see Chase Center rocking like that because, quite frankly, it has not had the same vibes as Old Oracle. I know that they've won a championship here at Chase Center, but it just hasn't had that same feel, that same vibe that Old Oracle had. But tonight, when those Warrior chants are getting loud and getting going, and it's the Houston Rockets who you just are. I mean, we already hated the old version of the Rockets, and this new version of the Rockets is doing everything in their possible power to make us despise them as much as we despise the James Harden, Chris Paul Rockets. And it's getting they're an easy team to hate right now, man. Like with the way that they've been playing this series, the amount of just blatant fouling, the amount of overwhelming physicality that is just way beyond the line of what should be allowed in an NBA basketball game. Half the time I feel like I'm watching a football game that should be being played on turf with 100 yards in between two goals instead of a basketball court with the hardwood. And I just don't understand what's going on out there a lot of the time when these fouls are just being not called. But hey, the Warriors stepped up the physicality today. They took it to the Rockets. And I mean, really, against this Rockets team, if you can score 100 points, you can beat them. They are not a good offensive team. Fred VanVleet led the way with 17 points. And while you had 5 different Rockets in double figures, if your leading scorer's got less than 20 against the Warriors, you are going to have a hard time winning games. So the Warriors take this one against the Rockets. Dylan the Villain Brooks fouled out in the closing minutes of this one. That was a nice little thing to see. But ultimately, the Warriors in that fourth quarter dominated the Rockets 35-22 in that final quarter. It was very, very tight through the third. And after the Rockets had opened up that big lead in that second quarter, the Warriors were able to shrink it to just 3 before halftime. So that was a big moment in this one as well. The last couple minutes of that first half, the Warriors really stepped it up and shrunk that Houston Rockets lead. And the Warriors ultimately down the stretch, as I said, GP2 really stepped up. But it wasn't just him. Buddy Hield making some shots. Brandon Pajemski making some shots. Draymond Green stepping up on the defensive end of the floor. Moses Moody making some shots. And I really got to commend a guy like Moses Moody. Even though he didn't have the best night that he's ever had in his life, he was relegated to the bench, right? And he had been starting for a very long time in this one. He comes off the bench, has 23 minutes off that bench, by the way, but he stayed ready. And the stay readiness of guys like Kevon Looney, of guys like GP2, of guys like Moses Moody, that is the championship pedigree that this Warriors team can use to flex its muscles on this Houston Rockets team. And with the 2-1 series lead, with Jimmy very likely coming back very soon, who knows if he's going to be ready for the Warriors next game. It's pretty quick. It's on Monday, the 28th. So you only got 2 days between now and then. Maybe Jimmy Butler is able to heal up enough to get back out there. I have a feeling that we'll see him out there. That's a completely uneducated guess. I'm not a doctor of any sorts, but I do think that just the grittiness of Jimmy Butler, the want to of a Jimmy Butler, the way that this Warriors team is playing, I think they want to put this Houston Rockets team to bed right now. And I mean, I can't blame them because the way that this Rockets team is playing, you want to end the series as quickly as possible so that nobody else ends up in the infirmary ward, because the Rockets are out here trying to just hurt people. It seems like the way that they're playing, the amount of effort that Steph has to put in just to get free is overwhelming from all the holding that's happening out there. I mean, it seems like every single play, the Rockets are just bear hugging Steph while he's trying to run off screens. I have no idea why these fouls aren't being called, but it's clear that they're not going to call them. So you've got to adjust and you've got to fight back. And they have absolutely the personnel to fight back. Let Draymond Green go out there and get wild, man. Like, let him do whatever he wants to do. Draymond did pick up a tech in this one, worth saying. He wanted a foul call, didn't get it, and sprinted up to the official, like full on ran up on the guy and got a technical called. It was kind of a funny little interaction that he had. Draymond Green just stays being Draymond Green, man. He couldn't ever be anybody else. And I'm so glad that he is who he is, man. He is the heartbeat of this team, the soul of this team. Steph Curry is the head of the snake, but Draymond Green is the heart and soul. And without him, this Warriors team does not have 4 championships, and they're not where they are today. In this season, like the way that Draymond has played defense tonight, showed you why he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. And at the very end, of course, Jalen Green, who had a solid 9 points, decided to start chirping back and forth with Draymond at half court. He had some things to say, and I'm glad that there wasn't any technicals called, meaningless technicals at the end of that game, because obviously that's just going to hurt Draymond Green and the Warriors. So I'm glad that Draymond's able to get under these guys' skin the same way that they're able to get under every single Warriors fan skin. I fully encourage Draymond Green to go out there and be himself for the rest of this series. I love him egging on the F Draymond chants and all that kind of stuff. I want to see more of that from Draymond Green. I fully endorse him just being the heel that he is right now. It's needed. It's needed because you can't just roll over and let the Rockets do whatever they want to do to you if you're the Warriors. Draymond Green gives you that grittiness to fight back, and that's exactly what the Warriors did tonight. And Steph led the way with 36 points, man. In the first half, the Warriors didn't score a single point without Steph on the floor. The non-Steph minutes were very, very, very rough in this one. He had to play 41 minutes for the Warriors to get this win. So the one thing I will say about that, you can't have Steph playing 40-plus minutes every single night and expect to win a championship, because he will gas out in this playoff series. And Steph's conditioning is next to none, but the way that he's having to play in this series, the fouls he's having to play through, all the bodies he's having to fight off of him, you can't have 41 minutes of that a night and expect him to continue to produce at the level that he produced today. And not only did he have 36 points, he also tacked on 9 assists and 7 rebounds. He was getting inside. He made 5 of 13 from 3. Like, he was doing everything. Steph was, active tonight. This was it's like Steph came back to Oracle or Chase Center and made up his mind. I'm not losing this game. We are not going down 2-1 to the Rockets. He's not losing. This is my house, is what Steph said tonight. This is where I live. This is my team. This is my palace. Me and Joe Lacob share it together. And you aren't winning a game here, Houston. And that is, this sets up the Warriors to go ahead and wave bye-bye to the Houston Rockets. We can all collectively wave bye-bye to them right now. And it's maybe might sound a little early, a little premature, but I don't see the Warriors losing game 4 at home. I really do not see that happening. I don't see the Warriors going back to Houston with this series tied. And if you go back to Houston for game 5 with the 3-1 lead and Jimmy Butler back in the lineup, I'm going to go ahead and say Warriors in 5 right now. I thought this was going to go 6 or 7. I'm not thinking that anymore. The Warriors made a statement tonight, man. And the statement was, no blanking way the Houston Rockets are going to beat us in a series. Just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Stay being the little brother Houston Rockets. Warriors will continue and advance on to the second round. We got more to break down from tonight's game. Stick with us on the Locked On Warriors postcast. We got to talk about what you'll be talking about on the other side. Today's show is sponsored by Monarch Money. Have you ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. It comes with tons of surprising insights. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery. Now I budget smarter and save more. It's also got the all-in-one convenience that is helpful for everybody. So instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. And of course, gives you that ease of collaboration. Managing your money with your partner is now smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. Welcome back to the Locked On Warriors postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and tonight The Warriors really got it done against the Rockets, man. Steph, 36 points. He was so good tonight. And just everybody stepping up. It wasn't just Steph. Buddy Hield, 17 points. This was exactly the game where you needed Buddy Hield to step up, and he did. And that is something that I feel like I haven't been able to say too much this season, at least since the Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler. It feels like on nights when they needed Buddy to step up, he wasn't really doing his part. He was trying. I'm not saying it's a lack of effort, but the shot was just off in a lot of those games. And tonight, man, Buddy, 5 of 11 from 3-point range, 6 of 13 from the floor. And Buddy was very, very, very good. He also had 3 steals in this one. He had a big steal in the second half that really was in a clutch moment for the Warriors, where he crashed in from the wing and swiped the ball out of not even the player he was defending's hands. So, I mean, Buddy with the great help defense tonight. I mean, how often can you say that about Buddy Hield? But as I said, it wasn't just about one guy. It was also GP2, 7 of 9 from the floor for this game and did not miss a shot in that fourth quarter. 2 of 3 from 3-point range. I mean, they're going to leave GP2 open a lot from 3-point range, and he should take those shots. He has shown that when he takes those open threes, he's pretty good at making them. So really encouraged by what I saw from the Warriors offense tonight. But we got to get to tonight's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
In tonight's player of the game, we got to give it to the one, the only, Stephen Wardell Curry. I almost gave it to GP2 because he was so damn good in those closing minutes, both on both ends of the floor, offense and defense. But we can't ignore Steph's greatness, man. 36 points, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He also made 5 of 13 from 3. I mean, this guy was doing everything for the Warriors. Steph also pitched in 2 blocks and a steal. Like, Steph even was doing it on the defensive end of the floor. Steph completely took this game over on the offensive end, and he knew he had to do it. It's Batman without Robin. He knew he had to go and be the guy tonight. Not just be the guy, but just carry the Warriors offensively. And he rose to the occasion. And when has Steph not risen to the occasion in the postseason? Like, this is one of the all-time greatest players in NBA history and one of the all-time greatest postseason players in NBA history. Steph stays being great, and the Warriors needed every ounce of his greatness tonight to win this one. They win 104-93, but it really felt a lot closer than that just because the Warriors went on that massive 21-5 run to close this one out in that fourth quarter over the last 5 to 6 minutes. And the defense, man, in my opinion, that's what you're going to be talking about after tonight's game.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And what you'll be talking about is this Warriors defense, man. And as I said a little bit earlier in the show, you think Draymond Green was a little bit inspired tonight after losing out on Defensive Player of the Year? I really think that he was. I think that motivated him to come out and shut down Alperen Sengun. He was so good on the defensive end of the floor tonight, and it really lifted the Warriors. I mean, you hold the Rockets to below 40% from both the 3-point line and from the floor. And also, it really helped out that the Rockets were awful from the free throw line tonight, just 58% from the free throw line for the Houston Rockets. You kind of just kept letting them go there. Like, the Warriors got, the Rockets got into the bonus about midway through that fourth quarter, but the Warriors didn't really seem to care. They said, go ahead and shoot as many free throws as you like, Houston. Nobody on that team decided that they wanted to make those free gifts at the free throw line. So the Rockets go 14 of 24 from the line. You got to win a game when your opponent's doing that. And the Warriors absolutely did. But man, I am just so impressed with the way that Draymond Green led this defense. I know that the Houston Rockets, as I said, are not one of the better offensive teams in the league, but to hold your opponent to 93 points in the postseason is a big deal. And the Warriors, I mean, collectively, but led by Draymond Green, really stepped up on the defensive end of the floor, and that is when it mattered most. Draymond, by the way, 3 blocks and 2 steals. So again, you think Draymond was just a little bit encouraged to show what he's got tonight after the way that he was snubbed for that Defensive Player of the Year. I think he absolutely was. So the Warriors win. I think that this is essentially a nail in the coffin for the Rockets. I mean, it's not quite there. The Warriors got the hammer raised up and the nail right in the position, and they're about to just swing down on it in Game 4 at Chase Center, when I do think that they're going to go up with a 3-1 lead after Monday's game, and you're going to go back to Houston with a 3-1 lead. I don't see the Rockets coming back and winning this series. I really don't. And so I think the Warriors are set to advance. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, though. This Rockets team is a very, very, very good team, full of very young, very energetic young players that are all very athletic and can switch everything. Their defense, obviously, one of the best in the entire NBA. Would probably be a pretty damn good NFL defense the way that I'm watching them play out there right now, too. So it's about all the time that we got for you guys today. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll be coming to you live Monday after Rockets and Warriors on Monday at 7 o'clock Pacific is the tip for that game. So make sure you're tuning into the Locked On Warriors postcast afterwards. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll see you next time.